Please don't mention her name to me again, Zelda. I can't think on it anymore. I need to get these images out of my mind.
Shadows on the wall.
I hope I never see her again. Please, God, help me. Let me never see her again. As we start, you all see this guy that for Lewis and for Joanne Lamour, this is the guy you saw last night. Half of his face is paper thin and clinging to the bone of his skull. And you can see where Lewis had hit him with a club. You can see the almost like a paper, it's just hanging off the side of his face like it had been ripped, just little shreds. And there's black lines running through that may match up with veins. And his eye, the eye on that side of his face, is this black, cloudy, inky ball in his socket. And the sun from the doorway is illuminating him. Over his head, you can see that there is a pinpoint of light from the ceiling shining down into the hole behind him. So in this whole dark room where there's no windows, there's one hole at the very top, and it's over this hole that he's climbing out of. And he says, "On behalf of Diocles, I welcome you. I'm so glad you came."
I back up and actually kind of grab Hallie's hand to, like, I want to get a view of everybody, kind of like I need everybody in my peripheral vision at least, kind of a thing.
I would step forward a little bit in front of you.
I have my gun out and I have it pointed at him, just trembling. Where is Bonnie? Where is she?
And he sees you and he goes, "You look for Bonnie?"
Yes. What have you done with her? What is this place?
Bonnie's not here.
But you know where she is.
In a sense.
I start walking right up to him and I put the gun right against his cheek.
As you get right up to him, now you can see more clearly his face, and this black, oily eye shimmers and looks at you. I need you to make a sanity roll.
At disadvantage. Right?
At disadvantage.
From exhaustion.
63, that's already a failure.
Yeah, I like it.
86, that's a worse failure.
Even better.
Get those out of your system, David.
Just go ahead and get that done. You're going to lose
Get that
4
done.
points of sanity right now.
Oh.
Your ability to put that gun to his face, you retract.
Mm.
You take a couple steps back, like, what are you? So imagine this failure being like, you're not going to be able to get up on him because something about you is now...
Yeah. So yeah, I take a step or two back, but I kind of plant my feet and I still point it at him.
It's going to be okay.
Why did you attack me last night, then?
I didn't mean to attack you, Miss Lamour. I didn't know how to get you here. I am a huge fan.
This is ridiculous. This is not how you do these things. Haley, if Bonnie is not here, then we should go because we came to find Bonnie, and I don't just cater to whimsy of fans.
I couldn't agree more, miss.
I'm not just a fan. I wanted you to be in a movie.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, be in a movie? And I start looking around.
You look around, you've come up kind of close, and you can see in the hole behind him. It's very hard to see, but you can see a shadow, just a little sliver of light from the doorway and this pinhole light above. And you can see the reflection of metal. Like there's something down in this hole. Some kind of mechanical structure. You're not exactly sure what that is. But as you're looking around, could you make a spot hidden roll?
Rolls are not going well tonight. 86. It's a...
You need new dice, David.
You're in the 80s tonight, right? This is bad.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the first one was at 86 too. Second 86.
It was?
Yeah, let's hit the instant replay button. You that's what rewinding sounds like. You look around and it's just too dark.
Yeah.
And in fact, like now that you're kind of in the middle of it, you're almost having trouble seeing the ends of this room. Like now it feels like it just goes on in darkness beyond this hole.
Are you even human? What's happening here?
I'm just as human as you. Just as human as you.
You sure don't act like it.
You are Joe Gilks? Is that right?
You've heard of my work.
I've heard of your project. Is Mr. Kemp? Is Leonard Kemp here?
Lenny, he's gone. I'm here. And Lenny is... he's putting the plan into motion with Bonnie.
Where is she? And I click the gun and I point it at him. I'm not kidding around here.
He's not.
And he holds up his hands and he says, "Sir, I'm just a filmmaker. I just take pictures." And Bonnie is a part of something so special. You're not going to believe it.
Is she okay? Did you hurt her?
She's beyond okay.
I need you to stand up and lead me to her right now.
I can't take you to her. She's not here. She's back in LA.
Where?
I don't know if I should tell you that. You're making me a little uncomfortable, and
That's kind of the point here, okay? You've made me a bit uncomfortable by not telling me what's happening here when my daughter could be in danger, okay? You speak acting like something glorious is happening, but I don't know that. I don't know what's happening here. All I know is I don't know where my girl is, and that she was here, and that you might have done something to her.
You're her father?
So now you know very easily that if you don't tell me something right now, I will pull this trigger. And I roll for intimidate.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh my god. 87. Wow.
You're gonna be so proud of your daughter when we all see her again.
I shoot him in the leg.
Oh, let's go. Roll for ranged gun combat. Let's get it.
13. That's like a super massive success, whatever.
All right,
that
roll
means.
the damage of shooting me in the leg.
We'll say d6 plus 1.
Yeah, sure.
That's gonna be 5 damage.
Oh, ouch. That's not great. You shoot him in the leg, and you see his eyes, and the one eye is these, the one good eye, the one regular eye is this beautiful blue eye, and they're wide and fearful. And then the black eye bulges in his eye socket. And you can see it. It looks so much bigger because you can see through his paper thin skin the entirety of his eyeball, this black inky mass rolling around in his eye socket. And he falls backward into the hole. and disappears into the darkness.
Oh,
What are you doing?
he knows something.
I know, but we need to ask him. He told us that she was in L.A. We need to know where.
He needs to know that I'm serious here. And I approach the hole too and look down.
No offense, Miss Lamour, says Lewis, who's also here. He says, no offense, Miss Lamour, but I think he's handling it pretty good.
I stay back while they go peek. The two people who have disadvantage on sanity checks.
Yeah, good call.
Look.
So Hallie walks forward.
No.
I would have done it pretty immediately, too.
Yeah, you fast step forward
Yeah.
and get up to the edge. And it's, again, this kind of fingernail sliver of light at the far edge of the hole across from you. That's the only light that's getting through, and it's a little obscured because of your shadows that are standing in the doorway. You can see the outlines of your legs on this fingernail sliver of light. But you can see something metal and mechanical in there. And you hear shallow breathing.
From inside the hole still?
Yeah, in the hole. But you can't, it's too dark for you to see where he's at. He must have felt like right at your feet, so he's in the darkest part of the shadow.
How deep is this, did you say?
Oh, well, it didn't really say, but it looks like it goes down quite far. There's a ladder at your feet that's been hammered. They're like wood. It's wood slats that have been hammered and embedded into the dirt right at your feet.
I'm breathing heavily and kind of shaking, looking at this gun, and I holster it away and start climbing down this ladder after him.
You start making your way down the ladder. You turn around to face Hallie and the doorway that you guys just came in, and you start stepping down. And as you go further down the hole, the more that light disappears, and you're cast in this very gray darkness. You can look up and you see that light, that hole in the ceiling. You can make it out. There's a hole in the ceiling that is filled with a glass lens right in the ceiling.
Interesting. And what does the glass lens do? Is it amplifying the light in some way, or like?
The light is shining directly down, and you can see that pinhole light reflecting this metallic structure that now that you're kind of down here, you can see it a little bit more clearly looking up at it, because it's all that's lit down here. It looks like a film camera that's pointed straight up.
Wait, it looks like a film camera on the ground pointing straight up?
Yeah, towards the hole in the ceiling.
Oh. Do I see Joseph down here?
You can hear him breathing. You take a step and your feet bump into a body part. Could be his.
I think I would have anything. I think I would have a lighter. So I'll take out my Zippo and kind of light it up, try and get a bit more illumination down here, and I'll bend down to this body part.
You take out your lighter, get it going. The orange flame illuminates your face. You hold it out in front of you, letting this dancing flame light up the ground. And you can see the waist of Joseph Gilks. You can see that the pants around his left thigh are now dark with blood from where you shot him in the leg. As you're moving this lighter up his waist, across his torso, you see his face. The eye is still dark, but only because it's an empty socket.
I didn't want to have to do that. I just want to see my little girl, okay? Do you have kids? Do you have anyone that you love?
And he just moans. He's barely conscious. And then you feel something very slick starting to slide up your ankle.
I think I would almost do like a dexterity check to even see if I drop the lighter or something.
What? Don't make this harder for yourself!
I feel like I would jump at that. That's a creepy thing.
Okay.
Shake it off your leg!
Oh boy. Yeah, you jump And let's do, man, I think it would have to be, we could do dexterity. It's fine.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Did you do any sleight of hand
But
this
that's
time?
better.
No, both of those are not great stats for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, dex not good this time.
No.
How do we do? 88? Is that
I
where we're at
actually
now?
rolled an 8, so I actually did very well.
You jerk. You're still going to freak out. You still jerk. You keep the lighter in your hand and you hold it towards your leg, right? Like
Right.
looking down. It's a reflexive motion, and you can feel it sliding up your calf.
I start batting at it with my hand, and I pull out my gun again, and am kind of starting to wildly point it around.
So Hallie Stone, you're above looking down, and you just hear him. You can hear him let out some type of yelp of surprise,
Mister?
and you can actually see his lighter. You can see that he has a lighter out, and that you saw that this hole goes down about 10 feet, and the guy is. You saw that he has a hole in his face, in his eye socket's empty, and now you're just seeing this lighter wave about a little wildly as our detective here, our private eye, Murphy Dorrit, is seemingly in the middle of a panic.
Hey there, you all right down there, mister?
There's something down here.
Oh my god, I'm climbing down.
No. Haley, no.
I can't just let this happen without trying to help.
Ugh. Okay.
I'm drawing down.
So I'm smacking my leg. Can I look down and see what this thing is that's around my leg?
It's under your pants.
I take my pants off.
You're just like you hear him.
I'm taking off my belt. I am
So
taking it down.
lighter going bye-bye?
Yeah. So the lighter, I like kind of cap it and drop it.
Yeah.
And
you hear
then
a
I start, just taking off my pants because I feel like something's crawling up underneath it, and I can't see what it is.
Yes. Hallie Stone, you're climbing down.
And he threw his lighter. I also carry a lighter, so I would try to replace that light as soon as I can.
Yeah, you don't see it happen until you get down there and you're like, shit, it's dark. Like he threw it as your back was turned to him climbing down the ladder.
I can hear the scuffle.
And then you get your lighter out. As soon as you hit the ground, like, okay, we'll have 2 lighters. Oh shit, his lighter's gone. We'll have one again. And you pull out the lighter and you start to light it. And meanwhile, Joanne Lamour,
Shit.
what are you doing?
I was trying to stay out of this.
Yeah.
I actually want to go into the room,
Yes.
looking around,
Yes.
making sure there's no one in here, and kneeling down by the hole, but facing out.
So you're facing.
like the door.
Oh, you're gonna walk all the way around the hole.
Yes, as long as I don't see anybody as I enter
Lewis says,
or anything.
Miss Lamour, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Stay there, Lewis. Stay there. And I kneel down just to watch. I need to make sure that Haley's okay. But I want Lewis in my sight. I want exit at my sight.
You get around to the other side of the hole, and I need you to roll spot hidden. You see Haley as you're going around the hole. You can see Haley starting to climb down. Like this is all kind of happening pretty close to simultaneously. And Haley's going down, and you rolled an 11. You get around to the other side of the hole, and you're trying to see in what's going on. And Hallie Stone flicks her lighter, it comes up. You see her face. You also illuminated by this flame. You can see the face of Murphy Dorrit, and he panic on his face as he's looking down, going like, "It's in my pants." And you look back up to see Lewis, and your eyes are scanning around because you're in an unfamiliar space. Panic is starting to happen. Something uncomfortable. And you're looking around, and as your eyes dart about, you see these shadows on the wall. You see a figure that's been covered in ash and mud come out of the wall, out of the shadows.
Fudge! I scream and just get out, get up here now.
And
I
Lewis is going, where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go?
Get out. And like, I point at the figure.
And Lewis turns to the right, and this man wearing fabric covering his pelvis, almost like a loincloth, but it looks like ripped bits of shirt. He comes out and runs, and you see him run and jump, barrel jump onto Lewis and tackling him down to the ground.
Oh, no.
Hello again, dear listeners. It's Jay, and I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I'm stepping in for the briefest of moments to inform you on how you can show your appreciation for the work we're doing here at Out of Depth. One way you can help out is to just recommend the show to friends and strangers. Our goal is to get our stories out to as many ears as we can, so word of mouth is huge for us. Recommending the show to your friends or leaving a review at whatever site you're listening to us at, that goes a long way to helping us find and build our audience. But Jay, you may say, can't I just give you a small fraction of my expendable income? How do I get it from my pocket to yours? Well, you can go to patreon.com/getoutofdepth and subscribe at any tier you feel comfortable with for as long as you would like to. Our patrons get all kinds of behind-the-scenes info on the work that we do here at Out of Depth. They also get first view of our raw recording videos for each episode of the show, and they get exclusive access to our post-season Q&A where we, the cast, discuss the story and why we made the terrible decisions that we did. So if you want that kind of access to us, you're only going to get that at patreon.com/getoutofdepth. That money helps us pay for artists and collaborators and expands our ability to create fun stories for you to enjoy. We don't do ads or paid endorsements of games, which means support from our listeners like you is absolutely vital to our growth. If you want to be a part of that, you can do it at patreon.com/getoutofdepth. Thank you so much. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the show and see what dark shadows our investigators will step into next. All right, so you see this dark figure that was camouflaged up against the shadows run and jump on top of Lewis, who is now on the other side of the hole from you across the room. And you can see that Murphy, Dorrit, is struggling with Hallie Stone.
Taking off his pants.
We kind of, yeah, we're getting there. You can hear the belt buckle open up. The fuck's going on down there? So Murphy, Hallie Stone's down there with a lighter, and you direct her towards your legs, and the lighter is shining down there, and you're starting to unbutton the pants. And as you pull the left thigh down, so that are you boxers or briefs guy?
Briefs.
Briefs.
Briefs. Yeah.
My kingdom for briefs.
Briefs.
You reveal your tighty whities. They are your Tuesday pair. And the best part about wearing Tuesday is that we're closer to Tuesday. It's only a couple days away. So they're good again. I love just making decisions about people's characters.
Yeah, it's like, Murphy's gross.
Yeah.
Murphy just wears underwear for 5 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep the tension here. Why am I making these jokes? You lower the pants a little bit to reveal the thigh, and that is when, emerging from the darkness of your pants, this slimy, elongated, slug-like eye slithers up out of the hole of your pants, the pant leg. Hallie has...
I want to light that shit on fire.
First, Hallie, you haven't seen this yet.
No, I haven't.
And everybody else has already had to do sanity saves. It's your turn.
I have disadvantage too.
And you have
Actually, I haven't.
disadvantage.
Ooh.
Yet. Anyway.
Oh, the first one is a 23.
That's as good as it gets.
Good start.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Double zeros on the 10s die means that this is an 8, right?
Well, a disadvantage, you just roll in the 10 spot, which is fine. So
Oh.
you would have, it would be a 3.
A 3 or a,
It'd be a
yes.
3.
So no, it'd be a 23 technically because I have to take the worst, right?
Yes.
So that, but I
Nice.
still pass. I'm passing my sanity check
Okay.
somehow.
You're going to just lose 2.
Okay.
And you're going to pull back from this.
Well, I can't light it on fire anymore?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying you're still getting a little bit of sanity damage, just not as much as you would have. And I'm not going to, we're going to move forward with your reaction to this thing.
Great.
You're going to take the lighter and you're just going to what?
I'm putting the flame on it. I don't know.
Putting the flame on it.
I imagine I'm also like, I'm like,
Yes.
flailing
Yeah, it's
about.
a really easy step forward with a lighter.
Oh,
I
man.
don't have a weapon.
I know. That's why I didn't want you to go down there. Listen,
I told you not to
your
get involved with this guy.
elder.
He's crazy. You go to light it. I need you to roll melee,
Yeah, okay.
like you're combating this.
So brawl.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm doing well. 14.
14.
I'm rolling with my left hand too, David. This is not my normal
Is that a
rolling
technique?
hand. Try it. It's been working out really well for me today.
I don't know.
can
I
keep
think
doing
you
this.
should get that D10 and just put it in the mail for me.
It's working so well for me.
I need it.
Please roll with your left hand from now on, David. We have to see. I need to know if this works. I need to know. All right, you plunge this lighter onto this creature, and
Which is a hard success, but not an extreme success for
which
me.
is a hard success. And what ends up happening is that you hear a sizzle, and Murphy, you feel the heat of the lighter as she jabs it towards your thigh, and this thing pops off your leg, just like jumps and disappears in the darkness, and you hear this little plop in the dirt.
Where'd it go? Can I try to step on it?
You hear it land near the body of Joseph Gilks. While that's happening, David, this just happened. What do you want to do right now?
I am gonna approach Joseph again, and tell me, please tell me where she is.
Just one track minding it. You go straight to
He's
Joseph,
very,
and you grab. You're down on the ground.
I'm still pantsless.
Yeah. Like they're just kind of like wrapped around your knees. You didn't even have time to like take your legs
He's
out.
crazy.
Yeah.
Haley, he's crazy. You can't leave. You need to leave now. I'm screaming upstairs.
You pull him up. You're grabbing this unconscious body, or this moaning, half-conscious body up from the ground. Haley, you know that thing fell down around where he's now just in the dirt. Joanne Lamour, your attention is probably no longer on this. It's on Lewis. What do you want to do?
How far across is this hole again?
The hole's kind of
I know
big.
it's 10 feet down. Yeah, it seemed pretty big. Okay, but it's like not jumpable.
No, you're not
Just to be
jumping
sure.
across this
Yeah,
hole.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely
I
not.
didn't think so. Does he take him down? Or are they just struggling together?
Yeah, they're rolling in the dirt, and you see them backlit by the light of this doorway.
I take out my 22 and say, "Stop, or I'll shoot! I swear!"
So Haley
point
and,
it at
and-
the guy.
yes, and so Haley and Murphy, you're hearing Joanne say, "Stop or I'll shoot." You think she's talking to you guys, maybe? And Lewis and this guy roll out through the door, and they're in the sun, and you can now see like it is a guy. He has really dirty matted hair that may have been blonde at one point, but now it's just dirt. This guy's totally gone, like Lord of the Flies kind of shit. And Lewis and this guy are fighting in the light of this door, and they're struggling, and the man hits Lewis across the face, and Lewis drops to one knee, kicking up some dirt, just out of the door frame. So this guy is silhouetted alone for a moment.
Then I'm gonna shoot.
We'll get to that. All right.
Okay.
Down on the ground. Murphy, you pull this guy up and you're like, who do you work for? And you you pull this guy up and you're like, where's Bonnie? Where is she? And you pull him up to your face and you can now see like the fleshiness inside this guy's eye socket very clearly. Mm-hmm. And you're hearing now like commotion above you, but you're so focused and you're yelling and you're getting up in this guy's face that you're not even really sure what anybody else is talking about right now. You're just glad that whatever the hell that thing was is not on your leg. And you pull this guy up and he looks at you. Oh no. And the flesh on his good side is now pale and white. And what was the exact question that you asked him?
I'm kind of just yelling at him. I'm like, tell me where she is. Tell me.
He looks at you and he says, she's going to be everywhere. And when you see her, you're going to be so proud. You're going to be so proud of your girl.
I kind of like shove him back. And then I kind of kick off my pants clumsily because I don't have time for him. And I hold up my gun and says, you wanted us to be in the movie, huh? Is this what you care about? And I point the gun at the camera. Does this matter to you?
He's still woozy. Like, part of him just doesn't have the energy to, like, protest. And he says, don't. Please don't. Not the camera.
I just kick the camera with as hard as I can.
Hallie Stone. He's getting a little wild, and you're looking for... I need you to do a spot hidden roll to see if you can catch this little fucking thing.
No, the little good old lefty trick decided to prove me a little wrong. Just do you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spend some luck on this because I'm only 6 away from a success. Wait, I have to meet my spot hidden? Yeah, it's 6. It's 6 then. Yeah.
So you're gonna spend...
I'm gonna spend 6 luck.
6 luck to hit the spot hidden. Mm-hmm. And you can now see it crawling up the shirt of, like, Murphy's back is to you, and this thing is crawling up his shirt. And you see him kick.
Oh my god. I'm second verse, same as the first. It worked pretty well last time. I'm gonna try to sizzle this thing off of him like a leech, I'll roll for again.
Zippo. Roll for Zippo, please.
Roll for Zippo. Ooh, that's a success.
All right, great. You put this thing to Dorrit's back. He's like kicking the camera, and he's like, is this what you care about? And you see it, and you go, oh shit, I'm gonna get this thing off this guy's back. I don't know what Joanne's yelling about up there, but I need to fix this problem. And you put this Zippo to this slug eye thing, and it pops. It explodes, and this slime gets all over your hand and puts out the lighter. Yeah, it was really gross. This just like purple liquid that was inside of it just swells and pops, and it gets all of your lighter, putting it out. Joanne, you hear a pop, and then you're going to...
Bang. I'm rolling handgun.
Here we go, ladies.
I just made it. It was a 34. It was a 35. I was like, that can't be real. I didn't really make that. Okay.
Roll.
Okay, it's a D6. 4.
This thing grazes off this guy's shoulder, and he does like a spin and hits the ground.
Can I race to get my eyes on Lewis and how he's doing?
Yeah, he's outside the building, so you gotta start. So you're shooting, and then you're gonna take off right towards the door where this guy has hit the ground. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, you start running out that way. Murphy, you feel your whole back is, your back's wet. It's uncomfortable. And this guy on the ground, he
first the Tuesday undies and now the back sweat. You're just like, Murphy's just
Shirt, old undies.
gross. Did I write that he was gross in the backstory? Let me see here.
No, like
I
you
just
said, you're confused on the Tuesday. Well,
no, like I was like, you're into aliens and alien conspiracies to a point where you've lost your family.
But that was very popular in the 50s.
I feel like you're,
No, you're correct. He sweats a lot from his back. I'm just impressed that you knew that.
No, it's not sweat. It's a blown up eyeball.
It's a blown up eyeball on your back.
It's a blown up eyeball. You thought I was just like your sweaty ass back. It's hot down here.
Just thought you just gave Murphy some swamp ass. I don't know.
Yes. No. The fucking eyeball exploded on your back.
Okay.
But we're gonna run with that too. You're like sweats dripping down your brow. You're not like super athletic, I don't find. You're older and you're just like have that breathing because things are getting out of control.
Adrenaline's going.
Yeah. You're like, is this what you care about? And am I painting the picture?
Wow.
Dave's like, DM's taking over my character.
I'm going to take the paintbrush back, Jay. Let me paint this canvas.
Feel free to. I can just hear my dad. There was just like a sound he would make when he was like working on something, like building a shelf or something. And he would just breathe through his nose so hard.
Sorry, I've heard that from my grandpa.
Yes, it's every dad.
It's such a dad sound. That's the sound you're making.
It is a sound I'm making. It's a lot more intimidating than you've described.
I'm concerned every day that I'm making sounds and my sons will be like, oh my God, he's so old.
I think you need to roll a sanity roll, Jay. Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
You in general.
What is my sanity?
No, this is just your
3.
personal sanity.
No, I'm asking. What is my sanity?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to roll on under. I don't know. 42 going to do it?
I mean, I think mine's about Joanne's, which is a toss-up.
Yeah, it's 50-50. Yeah, I think so. All right. So you feel this wetness and the Hallie behind you is doing something. You hear a gunshot go off over your head. Yeah. What's your reaction?
I'll yell up, Joanne, is something happening up there?
Yeah. That was a reaction, not an action.
Yeah.
You just hear yes that's running away.
Yeah.
Yes.
I looked down at this camera. Did I do some significant damage to this with the kick?
Did you want to do some significant damage to it?
I kicked it hard. Yeah. I
kicked it hard?
I did. Yeah.
It is super serious that he kicked it hard.
Mm-hmm.
No, he said it like a child. Like, I kicked it hard.
I kicked it real hard.
I kicked it hard. Did I get anything?
Yeah.
Coins fall out. You. All right. Give me a melee. Give me a melee on your just so I can judge how bad you fucked up this camera.
52. That is 2 away from success. I will spend 2 luck.
Just to kick this camera.
Yeah.
And damage it, I think.
Well, I want to piss him off. Yeah.
You kick it and it falls over and it crashes to the ground, and he lets out this yelp, and he starts crawling over towards it, and he looks back at you, and he's a little bit more awake now. This may be adrenaline kicking in. I don't know how long this is going to last, but it's kind of clear. I think it should be clear to you that if he doesn't get medical attention, he's probably going to bleed out and die. He looks back at you and he says, not the camera. How else will we be able to see?
What do you mean that she'll be everywhere? What does that even mean?
She's a star now. She's going to be a big, big star. Help me fix it. And he's clutching this camera.
No, I like kind of grab him and I try and like throw him off the camera, essentially.
You turn him over. He's not really putting up much of a fight. He just doesn't have the energy to. Haley, he's kicked over the camera. Your hand's covered in goo. Your lighter's gooed up.
Yeah, I gotta get the goo off. I would give my hand a big, like, one of those
And you hear just stringy slime just flick onto the ground.
But I also...
There's also a gunshot.
I did hear that. And then I also heard, I heard Joanne say, yup.
Or she said, Joanne, something going on up there? And I go, yes!
Something is going on out there. I'm going up the ladder. And I'm saying, Miss Lamour, are you all right?
You start climbing up the ladder. Joanne, you're running towards the door. You get there. And you peek your head around and you turn and you look to Lewis, who's holding his jaw. And he goes, good shot. Thanks, Miss Lamour.
I want to stand in the doorway pointing the gun at the person I just shot, because he's on the ground a little bit outside of the door.
Yeah.
I want to keep him away from getting to the hole and away from me and Lewis, but I want to make sure I can see Lewis and that Lewis is okay.
So you look to Lewis, and when you turn back to the guy, he is up on his feet and he's rushing towards you.
Shoot.
So you can either shoot or you can try and dodge. If you try to shoot me and you miss, I'm still going to get you. So it's up to you.
True. Okay. I'm Joanne Lamour. Nobody charges me. I'm shooting.
I love that phrase. I'm Joanne Lamour. Nobody charges me. Spoken like somebody who's never paid for anything.
Wow, it was so specific.
How often has she said that through her life?
Nobody charges me.
By the way, I accidentally grabbed a D12 instead of the percentile die.
I rolled a 20/40.
I failed.
So you went to shoot him. Gun goes off, and he is going to tackle you to the ground.
No.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. And he's trying to wrestle the gun away from you. So you guys are struggling.
Okay.
David, you've kicked the camera over and he's laying on top of it. Haley's starting to leave. It's darker now, right? Because Haley's light's gone, your light's gone. You're breathing heavy.
I go over to him and I've been so heightened that I'm now just feeling something much different. And I go over to him and just very coldly say, you know you're going to die unless I help you. Unless you give me something specific, an address, a place, something tangible to help me find my daughter. I'm going to let you die.
I don't know what you're going to do. You're crazy. But I also don't think you can stop anything. It's too late now. Your little girl's going to be on TV.
I don't give a fuck about that. Where is she in real life?
In L.A. With Lenny.
And where's Lenny? Where is he?
He's out trying to sell our movie.
Goodbye, Joseph. And I'm going to pull out my gun and shoot him.
You pull out your gun, put it to his head, pull the trigger. His brains splatter all over the camera that he's laying on top of. Haley, you hear the gunshot behind you, and a steel rod goes up your spine for a moment, thinking like, is that me? And you don't feel anything, and your eyes are just now above the level of the hole where you can see Joanne Lamour struggling with this man on top of her. And you don't feel pain, so you must be okay for now. Whether or not you've been shot doesn't seem to matter, because I'm sure that adrenaline kicks in and it's time to go save your employer and friend.
I'm just going to launch out of the hole, and I want to kick that guy in the head.
Okay, go for it. Give me the Bralski.
No, it didn't work that time either. I'm not spending luck. It was too much luck. 72.
You go to kick, and He is jerking at her hands, and it pulls him to one side, and your foot just skates right in front of his face as he's trying to pull this gun out. Joanne, you feel your hands tied. This guy's on top of you, and you just saw Hallie go for a kick and miss. What do you want to do?
He has my hands stilled.
He has both your hands, like by the wrist, and he is trying to get this gun out of your hand.
I know I don't want him to get the gun, so I'm going to flick it back behind me on the floor, just making a flick with my hands, even though he's got the wrist. Like, I have the fingers to...
You're gonna hot potato this gun just above your head.
Yeah, kind of sliding it on. If he's got my arms like pinned down on the ground, it's kind of sliding the gun just 2 to 5 feet above my head on the ground, just so he can't get it.
Yeah. All right, you flick it. Hallie, you see the gun go away. You want to grab it as it's in the air?
If I can. Well, not necessarily as in the air, but I just if I can, that'd be pretty cool, honestly.
It would be fucking cool, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's make a roll.
Which one? Dexterity?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Oh! Yeah. I rolled a 20 on a 75.
Yep. You grab the gun out of the air, and the guy looks up, and you've got the gun pointed right at his face. And then that's when Lewis steps in and clubs this guy in the back of the fucking head. It's quiet. This guy's laying down, face down in the dirt.
I scramble up, dusting myself.
And Murphy Dorrit is emerging from the hole.
Repantsed.
I'm going to hand Joanne her gun back, too.
Oh, thank you, Hallie. We have to get out of here. Are we in agreement?
I think we need to get that film. If they've been recording everything, something about my daughter might be on there.
I agree.
Jay, would I know anything, having worked on films for decades, about how to get the canisters of film away from off the camera so that they're not exposed?
Yeah.
They technically should be in a pretty protected canister.
Yeah, you should be able to take it off. You should be able to release it.
And you should be able to take it off. I'm saying, like, I'm not going to have to, like, expose, like, all the film to get it out of the camera. Yeah. Maybe some amount of frames.
When you take out a piece of film and, like, look at it, though, and are able to see the frames.
Well, the issue is that the film has to be
not developed.
So right now it's raw. So if she exposes it to light, then whatever's in there is ruined.
There's a camera.
They're down there. They were recording something. You see that light up there? The camera's pointed right up at that lens, and I don't know, but they're trying to make some movie, and they were recording our whole interaction. They were saying my little girl's going to be a star. They're saying that she's part of this movie that they're making. So I don't know what's on that camera, but it's got to have some answers.
All right. Somebody, go get me a light. I'm not going to slip and fall. I can help get the film out, but really we need to go talk to R.A.
You think that's smart?
I think Leonard Kemp would have gone to him.
He sent Moses Mayhew after me, miss.
Moses? Why did he send Moses after you?
I don't know. But I went and spoke to R.A. that morning.
Is there anyone that you trust that could develop get us some way to look at what's on that film? You're in the film business, you gotta know someone.
Yes, I can find. In fact, I've had somebody develop my own film before. All right, Mr. Dorrit, if you could, is there a way to see down there? I'll need to see.
Miss Lamour?
Mm-hmm.
What do we do about this guy? And he gestures to this man that's covered in dirt and ash.
Who is this guy?
He came out of the wall.
Did he say anything?
No.
Can we recognize him at all? Like, does he seem like any of the people that we know that were on set?
You turn him over, and he's still knocked out, and he's perhaps maybe a little too dirty to recognize just at first glance. But I don't think you know who he is.
Can I check his pockets? Does he have anything on him?
He has like a shirt that's been wrapped around his waist, and that's it.
Pretty feral. Okay.
Yeah, feral was the word I was looking for a billion years ago.
Where's Joe?
Joe's not with us anymore.
You killed him?
He killed himself the way I look at it. I gave him every chance. I gave him every chance to just tell me what was happening. To tell me where Bonnie was. But I couldn't save him.
I actually just walk out of the building and I'm just needing some space. I separate myself from everybody in the building by about 20 to 30 feet. And
Joanne,
just put my hands in my face.
I need your help. We need to get that film. That man wasn't human. His eye literally attacked us.
All right.
Thank you.
Can someone go down and get me a light down there?
And Lewis says, I can go back to my truck and get a lamp. I got a lamp in the back.
Thank you, Lewis. Yes.
I'll be right back. Be careful about that one. He's mean.
Thank you again, Lewis. Thank you.
My pleasure, ma'am. And he starts to walk off, shuffling up the hill that you all crossed. You look around and you can see to the right of the building, you can see the automobile that Joseph had driven in the night before, escaped from. You can see the taillights broken from where Lewis had hit it.
Can I go search that?
You open up the door and you can see some equipment from like some different camera lenses. There's like a case that you open up and it's got different camera lenses in it. You can also see a glove compartment with a road map leading to Indio Hills. And you can see the driver's seat's really dirty. Like somebody was sitting in it that hadn't cleaned themselves. And in the back of the car, in the trunk of the car, you open up the trunk and you can see a spare tire. And you can see some rope, tarp. And you also see pictures, a stack of pictures that have been developed. You start looking through those pictures.
Yeah, but before I do that, I grab the rope out of the trunk and I toss it at Murphy's feet and I say, tie him up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And then I'll start looking through the photos.
Murphy starts going to work tying this guy up. You start looking through the photos and they look to be like candid camera shots, just photographs. You can see Bonnie. You can make her out. You can see other actors and other crew people and they're smiling. And they're sitting around these park benches where they're eating like a family style meal. And they just look like they're just having a fantastic time together. And you see Bonnie, she's there with another young woman. She's always kind of seen with the same young woman. And you can see pictures of them building this structure.
All of them, even the actors?
Yeah, everybody's kind of working together on it.
Take those too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like put them under my arm. And then should I do a spot hidden for anything else in the car?
Yeah.
20.
You open up the glove compartment and there's another photograph in between some of the registration, the paperwork. You look at this photograph and you see Joseph, right? So somebody else is taking the picture. So you see Joseph. You see another man, a younger man. He's got wire rim glasses and sandy blonde hair that's parted on the side. It looks like he's probably in his mid-20s. He's got a sweater vest, white shirt, yellow tie. It's a black and white photograph. Smart slacks that look like they're too big. Looks like he dresses wears clothes a little bit bigger than his slight frame would allow. And so you see in this picture, these two, Joseph, this younger man, and they look like they're on a film set. And behind them, you can see these rocks and it looks like moon crags. And you see a painting on the set of stars and clouds, but it's all clearly a set. And they have their arms around Dr. Nigel Morgan, who you spoke to at the party.
Yeah, at the party. Miss Lamour, you gotta see this.
I walk over.
Did you see this fella at the party?
He looks familiar.
He was there. I spoke to him.
I think Joanne missed him completely.
He had a telescope and he was talking to us about Venus or something like that. Do you know this fella? And I point at the one with the wire rim glasses.
Do I?
No. You definitely know that guy is definitely Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the blonde guy, he's just got this like cherub kind of cheeks and a big grin. They all just look so happy.
He was at Zelda's party, not here.
Not here, no. Not that I know of, although I don't know where this was taken.
What I'm betting any film set could have made that set like that. I'm not going to know what studio that is from the picture. Okay.
No.
But that fella inside said that they were in LA somewhere.
And didn't we know that Kemp was working for Goodrich? He was that Goodrich was producing it.
Oh yes, they're working together.
Then it has to be on the Goodrich lot. Unless this Kemp fellow has made previous science fiction pictures.
I was just there. Do you think...
What?
I don't know. Do you think they've been there this whole time? Right there, I could have...
What I don't understand is... So Goodrich spoke to you about the party, asked you about it. So obviously he didn't want it getting out. I thought that he didn't want it getting out that Walter almost killed himself.
And it had something to do with Mr. Straume. He's missing. Did I tell you that? I might have forgotten. Did I tell you that? I must have. I gave you his book. I showed you his book.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know he's missing. You just know he wasn't
we
his
don't know.
House.
Well, he may have just, honestly, Moses may have gotten to him, but I don't see why he would have done anything to hurt Mr. Straume. Mr. Straume just saw something disturbing that they would have wanted to keep quiet. That's why they wouldn't have contacted me, unless...
Mr. Straume is the one who pointed us toward all this.
Maybe he knew something.
Maybe he was involved.
Goodrich wanted him quiet, but why... I still don't get why me? Why did they come after me at the hotel?
They said they wanted you in their movie.
And that when we were at the hotel... could have sworn the eye raised out of the socket and...
Oh, I'm sure that it did, ma'am. I don't know. The things that I saw down there, I show her my hands, which are probably a little bit sticky and dirty.
Yeah.
Still, I don't even know what to tell you. It was I burnt that right up. It came out of his skull, miss.
Oh, we have to get out of here.
That's when Lewis shows up with the lantern. And now, Joanne, you've just heard what's going on in that hole. And he's like, you ready to go down?
Yes, Mr. Dorrit, if you could show us the way.
You turn around and I'm like in the guy I've tied up, I'm like in his mouth and like looking under his eyes to like see if he's human.
Doing full body inspections.
Breathing real hard.
My back is gushing with sweat.
Just so much sweat.
Gushing.
He's changed the notch on his belts, loosened it up a couple. Murphy, the man you're looking at seems to just be a man. He has very white teeth.
A likely story. They're good at that.
As I start to head towards the building, I do turn back to Hallie and say, Hallie, keep a lookout, and no matter what, if you see anything coming for us, I need you to get to your car, hide, and just go. Promise me.
I just nod.
Joanne, Lewis lights this oil lamp, and you make your way to the hole.
I'm going with him too.
And you're standing in the hole.
I'm waiting for you to go.
Yeah.
And he holds the lantern out over, and it casts a pretty good light. And you see this guy's brains have been exploded all over this camera. And I need you to roll a sanity.
Mm-hmm. I bet you do.
You don't have to see the empty socket.
Oh, it's all empty now. Yeah.
That's a 5, ladies and gents.
Strong stomach Lamour.
Extreme
Stomach Lamour.
I have seen things you have no idea.
Yikes.
I lived through the Spanish flu. I lived through things you can't imagine.
Just
And
like
whatever
just
you
like
do,
the
on a
Spanish
camera.
and whatever you do, you will not charge her.
Yeah. You start climbing down, and Lewis goes, "Oh no, that's nasty." And
Don't look, Lewis.
don't look, Lewis. It reminds me of the macaroni and cheese they had on the set of Cannibal Fungus of the Netherlands.
Did I ever tell you about cannibal fungus of the Netherlands? And I just start talking about it while I'm doing the canister.
Yeah, you unlatch this thing.
I take my jacket off. I have a nice day suit on. So I take my suit jacket off and kind of cover the canisters with it as a extra measure of protection as we're about to go outside to the sunlight.
Sure. You are able to get this camera. You guys load it up. Where are you guys going to go from here?
Back to the hotel?
Back to the hotel?
I don't know.
First back to the hotel, yeah.
Okay.
Lewis needs to. I mean, I'm sure Murphy's transportation is there, and Lewis also should get home.
Yeah. I mean, Murphy really wants to try and find a way to see what's on this film.
I think we'll have to go back to LA for that.
Mm-hmm.
You all take the film can and you load it into the back of Hallie Stone's car. Joanne, you get in. Murphy, you get into the truck with Lewis, and you all round about and start making your way back towards town, towards Indio Hills. And you're driving. The sun is now much higher than it was. And you pull up into the street, and Hallie, a car passes you, and you see the face of Moses Mayhew.